Hello and welcome to a Brit Reacts to Bollywood, and I want to say that this last week I did an experiment where I did a little tour guide in London's South Bank. For those who've never been to London, it's a little tour of the River Thames on the South Bank with a lot of tourist attractions and things. It was fun, about 20 something minutes, so please do take a look at that. It's not a copyrighted video, which is important because most of these videos are copyrighted, so it's something I can use. I hope that you find something interesting about London in it. Last night I watched a beautiful musical called Tina the Musical, about Tina Turner, who is a great Western American singer from the 20th century, the late half of the 20th century. She is one of the greats. So you may compare her to somebody in Bollywood who was universally loved. And she was a great, great singer, and she became a Buddhist. She passed away, but this musical was a fantastic collection of her songs. It was beautifully composed as a story and with a cast, incredible performances. The lead was a powerhouse, very similar to Tina Turner. I highly recommend it to anyone who has the opportunity to see it in London. I had a friend who was in the cast, and I loved it. Thank you so much for all your feedback for the last video with VYJAYANTHIMALA, who I love. Incredible. That was a beautiful video and I loved the feedback. And I had an interesting suggestion from another one of you for a film which I may have looked at something from before, but this poster is incredible. It's the film SURAJ. Now look at this. That poster is so strange to me. It looks like a sort of pirate or something. The synopsis is interesting. Sangram seeks revenge by making the king's son a bandit. The bandit kidnaps Princess Anuradha and is soon caught by his own actions. So I guess this is the outfit a bandit would wear. He has 2 gold earrings. And this is another interesting poster with VYJAYANTHIMALA in it. This is an interesting poster as well. This is much more swashbuckling, and I think I have seen something from this film. It's a 1966 Hindi language swashbuckler Ruritanian romance film produced by S. Krishnamurti and T. Govindarajan and directed by T. Prakash Rao, and it stars Rajendra Kumar and VYJAYANTHIMALA. It literally is swashbuckling, and that reminds me of the films of Errol Flynn from the early 20th century in America and Hollywood. It's either based on or it is inspired by classic sort of adventure stories where people become bandits or what are known as dacoits in India. It's got a sort of hidden identity concept of a prince who doesn't realize he's a prince. He goes into this other life and becomes a great person anyway, and then presumably goes back to being a prince or a king, and he's found this princess played by VYJAYANTHIMALA. I don't know what to expect from this song, although it looks, from what I've seen, really nice. What do we think? The song is TITLI UDI. How interesting. Let's take a look. Beautiful. Special. Ah! I love this. Wow. Spectacular. Look at that background. Sort of an idealized version of the past. Is that a gat? So innocent. Extraordinary. This must have been such a high budget production at the time. Makeup is on form, costumes, the detail, the huge sets. What a shot! Look at that. So this is such a departure for Vijayanthamala. She's not dancing, she's not the centre of the camera, the attention of the camera in that sense. It's not about her performance. This is about the world they're in. And the amount of detail that's been put into this, and the amount of effort and work. All those people in the background with those colourful outfits and costumes, all of the sets that had to be cleaned of anything modern in order to portray a sort of image of the classical ancient past is a real effort, especially for when they were filming, which would have been about 1965 in India at the time. That was a big effort, it seems to me. I find it really charming. It is obviously a sort of idea of what the classical, mythological, stroke real past was. It's very much like a dream in a way. And she is in this incredibly innocent place with her friend where they're living a dream life. And I know it's part of the product. Obviously, Vijayanthamala didn't know how to manage a cart of horses, but even that looked like it was an exaggeratedly easy experience. Driving horses across a landscape where people are farming and there are these beautiful gardens. That garden image was extraordinary. Just to be in a garden like that in any time is exquisite. The music even was incredibly innocent and dainty and plucky and sweet. And obviously to me it seems they're using this as a contrast with the world of the dacoits, the bandits that the prince has been pulled into. So it's an incredible use of storytelling, of imagery, of camera work, of costume to portray a contrasting world. I think it's incredible. And I think credit to Vijayanthamala because this is really about her acting, not about her dancing. And she is portraying a character who is incredibly young and innocent, I think. The music was very enjoyable. I couldn't find the lyrics in English. I can only imagine that she's saying simple, innocent things to her friend who's very entertained by what she's having to say. I've seen a shot from another song, which I think is the big song from this film, and I think it's much darker than this. So it's a really interesting film in terms of the heightened reality that they're portraying. I would like to watch the rest of this film, actually, because it's also a window into 1960s India and Bollywood, actually, and the attitudes and the world, the cinema way films are made then. A short and sweet one. And perhaps I should look at some other people. Perhaps I should look at Mumtaz and people like that as well. Let me know what you think. There is so much to say, but it's beautiful, really beautiful production values and design. And please correct me if I'm wrong on anything here. All right, I am your Brit reacting to Bollywood. I appreciate you all. I wish you a wonderful week. And if you have any more suggestions for ideas for content for this channel and also for videos to react to, please let me know. All right, chin chin, cheerio.